Me mateys, are ye landlubbers ready to go on a voyage? A fantastic voyage, a voyage to find treasure. Who doesn't love treasure? Gold, diamonds, emeralds. There's no end. Gold bullion. And we can take it. So I'm very glad you're coming aboard with me. Now, before we get on to finding treasure, there's a few points that we have to go through. We have its goal. Our goal is to find treasure. Yeah. So, now you may have come from the Navy or some other boring thing like that before you became a pirate. But in the Navy they teach SMART goals. SMART, specific, measurable. It begins with a to and it's followed by a verb. Realistic. Finding treasure sometimes is a maybe, maybe not. But we're going to be realistic and expect to find the treasure this time. Time-bounded. Do we want to be 90 before we find our gold bullion? No, me mateys. Now, how can I motivate you landlubbers to want to find gold? So to implement our goals, the first thing we do is we do group brainstorming. That involves ye mateys in writing down goals. It makes you stakeholders. Then we have to write the goal down, because that helps ye landlubbers to remember we're looking for gold. And also, it means that my first mate can track your progress, because if you don't make progress on the goals of finding treasure, you're going to be keel-hauled. We create steps, because trying to find treasure is not a one-step process. You don't say, today I have the goal of finding treasure. Oh, look, it's treasure. It doesn't work like that. And we're going to review our progress, because sometimes there are delays and you have to take action. So, our ultimate goal is to find the treasure. But in order to find the treasure, we have to have mini goals. So the first of our mini goal is, number 1, to recruit a crew within a fortnight. That's 2 weeks for ye landlubbers that may not know that. Goal 2, to commandeer a ship in harbor 2 days later, because we have to find a ship. I'm a little ship deficient this week. Goal 3, we need to sail to Tortuga in a week, because everyone knows pirates and the Navy, and anyone who knows anything about treasure, they all go to Tortuga. Goal 4. This is the tricky part. We're going to steal a treasure map from the naval officer at the bar the first night that we go to Tortuga. Everybody got that? We're not sure which naval officer it is, so it's going to take all of you guys working in the bar to find that out. And you're allowed to have rum while you do that. Goal 5. Once we get the map, we're going to sail to the X on the map, and we have to do it in 10 days. Goal 6. We're going to dig up the treasure on the first day we're there, because the Navy's going to be pretty close behind us. So this planning process, we're going to focus on finding the treasure. We're going to consider that our landlocked, humdrum existence right now, we're going to look towards a richer time. We're going to consider the effects of what happens now. It's going to affect our future, and hopefully we will have a rosy future with lots of gold bullion. Then, we're going to be very careful when we're on the ship, because when you're on a ship, you have limited resources, and you have to make sure you have the right resources and the right crew. These are our planning steps. We may be pirates, but we don't have a loose ship. So we're organized. So there's 5 steps to planning. Firstly, for each of the goal, we're going to list the steps to reach that goal. We're going to set a timetable for each goal, when we're going to get there. Then we're going to assign responsibilities, because I can't do it all, and I need to delegate. And 4, we're going to anticipate obstacles, because things go wrong. And then we're going to modify the plan as necessary to achieve our ultimate goal of finding treasure. Now, I'm involving all of you shipmates in this planning process. So, my crew, you're going to be creative. You're going to solve problems. And by doing that and being involved, you are going to increase your commitment to achieve the established goals. Okay. We're just going to go back to our list of goals so that you can keep them in mind as we go through them. So this is our set of goals. So, we're going to pretend that you're all giving input, but I'm the pirate captain, so we all know what that means, right? So, first of all, to recruit a crew within the fortnight, we're going to list the specific steps needed. So, how do you get a crew? Well, you go into a bar and you bribe each person with the promise of having part of the treasure, okay? So maybe we find a whole chest of gold and you each get a gold coin, and that sets you up for the rest of your life. We're going to set a timetable. So I'm going to say each of you landlubbers need to get me together. Work as a group, a crew. You need to get me 2 recruits per day. I'm going to assign responsibilities. Now, going and getting new crew members for a pirate crew requires the use of press gangers. So we will have press gangers. And we will anticipate obstacles. So if there is resistance and these people do not want to sign up willingly, then I tell you, you should just bop their drunk head over, bop them over their drunken head with a bottle. Try not to break it, because rum is good. We need rum. And shove them in the press ganger sack and just haul them unconscious back to where we are getting together. And we will modify this plan as needed. If we recruit 30 in the first week, we will move on to the second step. We will modify it and go something early. So the second goal is to commandeer a ship 2 days later. So the plan for that one is, okay, we're going to be on a ship for several weeks. What do we need? We need food. We need water. We need rum. Don't forget the shovel, because usually when you go and find treasure. It's usually buried treasure, so don't forget to bring your shovel. We need to find a good-sized boat, say for 30 people, 35 people, about that size. You go down to the harbor, you select one. Find one that's poorly guarded. Have the crew ready with the supplies and the shovel, don't forget the shovel, to board and to leave. So the timetable for this is we're going to leave town by sea before the Navy becomes suspicious. We're going to assign responsibilities. We will have a quartermaster, a weapons master in case things go bad, and we will have crew. We will anticipate obstacles. The Navy might try to arrest us pirates. Modify the plan as needed. We may need legal help in that case. Goal 3, to sail to Tortuga in a week. So, the specific steps to reach that goal, we need to lay a course on a map to Tortuga. We need to use a compass to navigate. We need to use a spyglass to watch for enemies, sea monsters, and land. We're going to set a timetable. We're going to divide the distance on the map evenly across the days. We're going to assign responsibilities. We need a navigator, we need a helmsman, and we're going to anticipate obstacles. There might be a storm. There might be a sea monster attack. There might be naval interference. Not easy being a pirate, I will not kid you. We will modify the plan as needed. If we get a wind in a good direction, blowing us forward, then that could decrease the time needed. Goal 4, to steal the map from the naval officer in the bar the first night. Oh, you can sort of probably imagine what may or may not happen in that scenario. Goal 5, to sail to X marked on the map in 10 days. It's very similar to sailing to Tortuga, just look at what we had for the plan for that. Goal 6, to dig up treasure the first day. We're going to list the specific steps needed. We're going to follow the map to X. We're going to use the shovel to dig for the treasure chest. We're going to haul up the chest and check for valuables. We're going to take the chest back to the ship, and we're going to sail away. So, in conclusion, my success as a pirate captain comes from careful goal setting and planning. And you as the crew have a share in that success. So, arr, me mateys!